The following is a list of strategies that can help property owners increase their property's value. These strategies may vary based upon whether your land is in the urban setting, suburban setting, or in the rural area further out from Atlanta. The first way you can improve the value of your land is through bringing utilities to the property. By going to the county or city in which you live and understanding exactly their plans for expanding water lines or improving sewer lines, you have a great opportunity of trying to have those utilities stubbed to your property. Even if it means you have to come out of pocket to help bring those to your land, the benefit will far outweigh the expense. The second key way to really improve the value of your land is through improving its access. Access can turn a good real estate tract into an amazing real estate tract. And so you need to be proactive about making sure that you can access your property from as many different roads as possible. It's always better to try to get those easements, if necessary, from the property owner next door prior to you needing it. So if by chance your property doesn't have great access right now, start working on that now before that great opportunity presents itself, and get that in writing before the need arises. A third issue that plagues many properties is drainage. If your property has standing water on it, there's many ways that you can try to alleviate that standing water, either through drain tiles or putting in French drains. But trying to really minimize and get your property to properly drain is a key to making it as usable as possible. Point number 4. If you received your property through the death of a loved one, it's very important that you go ahead and get an appraisal of the property at the time of death. Now what that does is it now allows you to establish the cost basis of that property based upon the date of the death of the former owner. And that has huge tax consequences and will benefit you greatly just by establishing that appraised value at the time of death. The fifth point that you might want to explore has to do with placing your property in a conservation program. This would allow you to minimize the property taxes on the property to help you carry it. And if and when a developer comes along and is interested in acquiring it, normally you're able to get that developer to incur the costs of breaking that tax conservation. It's something that you need to go to the tax commissioner of your county or city and really understand the ramifications of that. I have to give a disclaimer, I am not a CPA, but I've been doing this long enough to know that there's great benefit in placing your property in a conservation program. Point number 6, consider using a 1031 tax-deferred exchange. At the time of sale of a property, as opposed to just paying large capital gains tax, consider reinvesting those proceeds into another property. Oftentimes, when we talk about vacant land or raw land that hasn't been generating any income, I've had owners decide to purchase a triple net leased an Arby's or a Walgreens or something that has great credit, and so that now this asset that wasn't generating any income is now providing this nice stable flow of income. And so that's something that you should definitely consider as well, a tax-deferred 1031 exchange. Number 7, as simple as this sounds, curb appeal does matter. Clean up your property. One of the things when I was selling a piece of land several years ago is a gentleman had these 55-gallon drums all around his property, and I said, man, we got to clean this up. I mean, environmentally, the EPA and the whole environmental movement are hypersensitive about any kind of toxins, anything that could even be perceived as a threat to the environment. So really be sensitive about taking care of your property, really trying to eliminate any junk, any stuff that just takes away from the beauty of the land, but also could be a red flag for someone who is looking at your property. And number 8, you've got to get plugged into your local politics. I have seen so many things over the 30 plus years of my career where there are municipalities where all of a sudden they're pro-growth and they want to allow apartments in a certain area, and then 6 months later they wouldn't allow apartments for any chance in the world. And so you, as the property owner, you need to get plugged into the local politics. If there's a window of opportunity for you to really understand what the zoning that you could obtain on your property, let's say you could get some high-density residential project, maybe it's townhomes or maybe it is multifamily. If there's a window to get that kind of zoning, you have now created value. And I've seen it happen in Forsyth County where one moment you could get all kinds of zoning, the next moment the door shut and millions of dollars in value diminished. So you owe it to yourself and to your heirs to really get plugged in with the local politics to figure out what can be done with your property. Lastly, I've thrown a lot of things at you. If you would like us to help you try to figure some of this out, to use some of our contacts to figure out how we can help you, that's what we're here for. And we would be more than happy to sit down with you and try to understand and answer all of these 8 questions as to how we can maximize the value of your land. Thank you for watching this, and please let us know how we can help you.